Good morning, everyone. Um, Today is our first session for lab. So we'll start with how will we be working in labs and what kind of activities are we going to do in the lab sessions. So the lab activities, how we'll be conducting the flow of the labs and what kind of topics are we going to cover in our lab sessions. So this is the teaching scheme which we are very well aware about. So there are going to be 10 lab activities that we will be doing. So it's beginning with role play. We'll be dividing ourselves into groups and situations will be given and we'll have role plays. Role plays are important for the reason being that we need to assume a certain role when we need to take a decision. So how do we work on decision taking, assuming roles? What if I am in somebody's place and I have to take a decision? That way we'll do it. Letter writing, formal letters. We have got a lot of letters to be discussed and a lot of formats to be discussed in our lecture sessions. But here, what we'll do is we'll be practicing the letters. Why do we need practice? Because even though the format remains same for all kinds of letters, the vocabulary that is used is variable. It would be different when you write an inquiry letter, and it would be very different when you are writing an order letter or a complaint letter or an adjustment letter. So, what set of vocabulary to use with what kind of a letter? Then we'll be having group discussions. So, discussing in groups. Why is it important? It is one of the uh, important aspects of job interviews. Every institute or organization now, the first step that you take is they ask for a group discussion to take place. From there, whether you go to the next step or not is what is decided. Here, please remember, we're going to do group discussions, keeping in mind interviews. You may also, some of us have this idea that we don't want to become job takers. We want to become job givers. That is, we want to set up our own business. So, like, why should I learn about group discussion? So, you should learn about group discussion because you should try and understand what kind of a person would you like to select to work with you. That's the reason group discussion would be important because it is how you behave in a along with a team of people where you want to give your own opinion. Yet there are other people who would be not agreeing to your opinion. They have something else to tell. How do you include and tell about your opinions or your thoughts about a particular topic in a diverse group of people? That is why group discussion is an important aspect that we have. Next, we will have presentations. By presentations, I mean this is a you have to refer it into 2 3 different ways. The first way is presenting yourself, so the etiquette and the manner part. Two, making a PowerPoint presentation. We all are very much equipped with PowerPoint nowadays because it's user friendly. Two, presentations are made easy with PowerPoint. Yet some of us need to polish it, or maybe we all of us are trying to find what can I do different from the rest 10 others who are going to use PowerPoint. So we'll be learning about that. And thirdly, how to present the PowerPoint presentation. You're not supposed to read from what is written on your slide, but you are also supposed to present it. There's a difference of presenting by reading and making a presentation. So we'll be learning these three things in presentations. One, how to present yourself, that is manners, etiquettes, behavior, etc. Two, how to make PowerPoint, or to put it in other words, how to make your PowerPoint different from the rest. So how to make it better. And three, how to present your PowerPoint presentation, not just reading, but presenting it. The fifth topic that we have is book review, and preferably related to self-development. As I had already mentioned in the lecture orientation, that there are few books that are already given in our syllabus. I've already updated the syllabus in the e-content of our login portal, and you could find the list there. If you have read it, good. If not, we'll be discussing it in today's lecture. Do not worry. So, book review. Why self-development? We have an entire unit on self-assessment and self-development, and that is why not we read examples, or we need books that might show us a way for self-development. So what do we do in the book review? The steps are: step one, you read the book. Step two is you review it with the help of a format that is provided to you. Before writing your own book review, you can visit few websites, listen to and see few YouTube videos where people are reviewing books for reference purpose. We're not supposed to entirely copy it, but we can refer to it, and then we have to write our book review, not type it. You're supposed to write your book review. Next, mock interview. Mock interviews mean we'll be setting up an environment where an interview is being taken, a kind of a practice session for interview taking. But again, as I said, it's not just about the interview, it is before the interview. That is, how do you prepare before it. Now in that, there would be different preparations, like preparing yourself, preparing the documents. Second is during the interview, that how do you behave, how do you answer questions, what kind of questions can be asked, what kind of answers can you probably give to one question. You want a variety in your answer as well. You don't want to speak what other candidates have been speaking. And then after the interview, there's an after part to it as well, right? So what if you have not been given an answer? Do you ask them, or you wish to know a little more about your roles and duties in the organization? How do you go about it? Things like that. So a mock interview, an entire setup for you, where you'll be dealing with these three things. Next is report writing. As I said, when we speak, words vanish. When you write it down, it becomes more concrete. Report writings are especially helpful in the stepwise success of any organization. Why? Because there are things that people have tried and things did not work out. So a report was written, reports are written to see what works and what not, and what could be the next step, preferably that. So report writing is very important. Now, the next topic is case studies. We have an entire unit on engineering ethics, or ethics in engineering. So we cannot just talk about rules and principles. We basically have to have a case study. Case study means there's a particular event that happened, a particular group of people took a decision, and this is how it proved to be ethically correct, or this is how it was aligned with ethics in engineering. right? So showing us an actual problem, finding a solution, and aligning it with the ethics for engineers. So, as I have mentioned, it is already there. A link has been given in the syllabus, and there are case studies related to various branches of engineering. So, if this is a situation for a computer branch, what could be the possible solution? So, it's a very important web link that we'll be using. Next topic that we have is conducting meetings and minutes of the meeting. Now, actually, this is the practical part we have here in the lab, but this is actually a combination of three topics. First, you write the agenda of the meeting. That's a kind of a schedule, pre-schedule for the meeting. Conducting the meeting, that is the actual meeting, and minutes of the meeting is the post part, after the meeting part. Right? Just as I said in interviews, also you have before the interview, during the interview, and after the interview. Agenda of the meeting is before the meeting, conducting the meeting is during the meeting part, and minutes of the meeting is after the meeting part. Now, these are all written documents that will work. So, writing things off. And the last topic that we have is practical assessment, that is the Viva part, where you have 10 marks for your Viva. Uh, our lab sessions will also be online. So 120 minutes of online discussion for our lab. So how will we go about it? So we have 5 minutes for opening remarks, 15 minutes of instruction and brainstorming. By brainstorming means we're trying to develop ideas. Everybody gives their ideas about a particular topic and then we work further with it. Then we'll have 60 minutes of discussion group wise. So a total of 60 minutes, not 60 minutes each. That is 20 minutes for a group, 3 to 4 groups are there, we'll divide accordingly. 5 minutes, I'll be sharing useful resources pertaining to the topic that further where you can explore, the reference material that you can go to. 5 minutes of question and answers, that is doubt solving and any doubts that you have, any questions, and we'll be discussing the questions and answers. And revising the entire lab. 10 minutes of quiz. We have already had an experience of it. The way we'll have quizzes in our lecture sessions, we'll also have quiz in our lab sessions. 5 minutes for attendance and 5 minutes for closing remarks. Please understand, this flow of the lab is for this particular topics called role plays, group discussion, and case studies. Now, if you see, this three topics are more oral activities which you are supposed to do. That is why the flow is like this. What about the written part? So for letter writing, report writing, and MOM, that is minutes of meeting, there's a little different flow in the session. Certain things remain the same, and there's a little variation in the other stuff. So 5 minutes of opening remarks, 30 minutes of instruction and brainstorming. Here in the instruction part, talking about the format, showing you samples, kind of vocabulary that can be used, etc. would be a part of this 30-minute instruction and brainstorming. 60 minutes, and they would be, it's subdivided into 3 tasks. So 20 minutes for each task. 5 minutes for sharing useful resources, 10 minutes for quiz and discussion, 5 minutes for attendance, and 5 minutes for the closing remarks. So this was for letter writing, report writing, and minutes of meeting. Now for book review and presentation, we'll have 5 minutes of opening remarks, 20 minutes of instruction and brainstorming, 80 minutes for the presentation. We are considering 3 to 4 minutes or 3 to 5 minutes per student when you will be making your presentation. 5 minutes of sharing useful resources. Because it's a book review and presentation, we won't have, in the presentations, we won't have quizzes because you are already presenting it. 5 minutes of attendance and 5 minutes of closing remarks. I hope we are clear with what we are doing in our lab sessions and how we are going about the lab sessions. Till now, I hope we don't have any doubts. I hope we don't have any doubts till now in how we'll be going about with the labs. This is actually a yes and no question. Right, fine. So as I said, we'll have opening remarks and closing remarks. So if you could quickly note down for your batch, this is lab batch C. Uh, just a minute, there is a correction. And this is lab batch C, this is lab 1. You can quickly note down who is giving the opening remarks in lab 2 and the closing remarks in lab 2 and the rest of it. Like you can note it against your name. I've already uploaded this document in the e-content, but first few labs, if you would note down, it would be good. I'm giving you some time so that you can note down uh, your name against the opening and closing remark and the number of the lab number in which you are giving the opening or the closing remark. I hope you have made note of the day when you are giving your opening remarks and closing remarks. So we'll have a quiz at the end of this lab. It is a Google form, and it will be marked with your continuous evaluation scheme. 5 questions, objective type questions, where you will be answering it. You'll be given time for it, right? So today we are starting with our very first assignment. It's a book review. As I said, book reviews will be supposed to read the book and then review it. Have you ever reviewed a book before? Has anyone in this lab batch reviewed a book before? Okay, I've got 2 no's. Anybody has reviewed it? No. Uh, okay, no problem. If we have never reviewed it, let's do it. We have to begin from somewhere, right? So, if you see, there are 2 words in the title: book, review. Now, see, if you take the word review, it is actually a prefix re has been added with the verb view. Now, view means how do we see, seeing things. Review means seeing things again in simple terms, right? Why do we have the word review over here? The book has already been written by somebody. There was some idea in some person's mind. He or she has written the book. Now, what you are supposed to do, or what you will do, you will review it. That is, you will view it with your own perspective. You will look at the book according to your understanding. Maybe the author wanted to write something and say something, but I have a different perspective of it. That is, you have your own opinion about a book. So, why do we review books? It actually gives you opinion about or a chance for you to give your opinion about what you read and understand. What is your understanding of certain things? Let's take a simple example. If you look at the picture of an apple, or maybe you are asked to picturize the word apple, right? Some of us would picturize, or some of us would close our eyes and try to view the fruit. Some of us would try to view the brand, the apple with the bite, Steve Jobs. Some of us could picturize a laptop. Some of us a mobile phone. Some of us some other device, right? So what do you understand of what is written? Your opinions about things. Books are written so that somebody reads it. And how do I get to know that someone has read the book? So book review is a chance for the audience, here the readers, to give their response or reaction. It helps in promoting a book. It also highlights the best sections of the book. You know, this is very nice. A beautiful quote, very meaningful quote. It is actually a link or a bridge between the writer and the audience. Right? Book reviews actually link you with the writer. This is what the writer might have been thinking when he wrote this part. This is what the writer might have left for the audience to think, right? Book reviews could be a part of newspaper, magazines, blogs, or YouTube videos. So book reviews, it's not necessary, it's always written. It can be written in newspapers and magazine. It can have visuals in blogs and YouTube videos. So it could be either. A very nice example or a similar kind of example would be movie reviews that you listen to on the radio. The review is given and opinion is given. So there are a few titles that are prescribed in the syllabus that already GTU has given to us. I'll be showing you these titles. Now, what we need to do is you are given 10-12 minutes of time to think, to do a little research on your own, and try to find out from the given list which book would you like to read and book review as a part of your assignment. Right. So first, I'll be showing slide 1. There are 2 slides. I'll keep slide 1 for the first few minutes, then I'll switch to slide 2. In between, you can ask me to switch slide 1 and 2. I'll first read out the titles for you, and then I'll give you some time to think, and then you have to tell me which book you are reviewing. Now, as you see in our lab, we have only 14 students. There are 23 books, 23 titles that are prescribed. So one person can take only one title. Will not allow more than one person to read the same books. So we can have a lot of reading that takes place. So the first book that we have is You Can Win by Shiv Khera. It's a very famous book. Most of us have heard of it. A few of us have also read it. Book number 2, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Book 3, Getting Things Done, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity by David Allen. Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking by Susan Cain. The Alchemist, even this is a very famous one. Some of us have read a few portions of it, by Paulo Coelho. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. This is also a very famous one. Most of us have heard about it. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Dr. Shed Henstetter. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. The Art of Thinking Clearly by Ralph Dobelli. Upside Down Key by Sudha Murthy. We have heard of Sudha Murthy as a part of Infosys, but she's a good or a very well known writer as well. She's written things. So this is one of her books. Born to be Happy by Pramod Batra. Kiss That Frog by Brian Tracy. Build from Scratch by Vineet Bajpai. 10 Much by A.G. Krishnamurthy. Poor Little Rich Slum, Rashmi Bansal, a well-known writer here again. Our Iceberg is Melting by John Paul Cotter. More and More by Mahatria Ra. Third Curve by Mansoor Ali Khan. Selected Short Stories of Rabindranath Tagore by William Rhys. That Thou Art by Dhruv Bhatt. And the last one is The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. So I'm switching to slide 1 again so that you can have a good look at the slide and take some time to research over it and try and find out the book which could interest you. Now, apart from the list which is given to us, you can pick up books that are motivating in nature. For example, Who Moved My Cheese could be one of them. The Theory of Everything by Stephen Hawking is also a book that shows your disease cannot stop you from doing things. Right? Sort of such books are what would be appreciated if you do in your book review. So right now I'm keeping slide 1 with the first 10 titles. For first few minutes, you can look into the titles and try and find out which title you wish to do. The reason why we are trying to decide it here so that once you decide that I want to book review this title, you can drop it in the chat box. So your fellow classmates and peers can have a look at it. And if they are trying to select a book and you have already selected, they can decide upon the other choices that they have. Right, so I'm keeping right away slide number 1 for first few minutes. and I'm giving you time to do a little research. Please understand, you are not supposed to submit it right away in the next week. The submission for this would be somewhere in the first week of August. When we come to the presentations topic number 5 or topic number 6 in our list of topics for lab activities. So you have almost 6 weeks. So I understand we are supposed to, please understand, we are supposed to read the book and then review it. That is why we are starting a little early, so that we have time to read the book. Right? So right now I'm keeping slide number 1 with the 10 titles that are prescribed by GTU. As I said, you can select some other book as well, but the book should be motivating or having motivational or inspirational stories in it. Right? So right now, what you are supposed to do, you are given time to go through the titles and decide a title for yourself. Once you have decided the title, kindly type it in the chat box so that others come to know that a particular book has been selected. Right? When you wish to switch to the next slide, kindly type it in the chat box. I can see it, and I'll switch to the next slide with the rest remaining 12 titles of the books. If you still have doubts, you tell me. Do not worry about the format and all. It is all coming afterwards. But once we need to be sure about which book you want to select and which book you want to review. Right? So you can have a good look at the titles, do a little research on your own, and do not worry about getting the copy of the book. First, just select the book, something that interests you. Uh, I'll try and help you out with acquiring a PDF copy of the book. Do not worry about that part. Right? So uh, I'm giving you this few minutes so that you can decide for a title. When you wish to switch to the other slide, you can let me know with a message in the chat box, and I'll switch it over to the next slide, which has the other 12 titles. It's good to see that you have been making your choices and not a single choice has been overlapped, right? So we have a first, still have a few minutes till which you can make your choice, and then we'll go with the format of book review. How do we actually write the book review? Right. So a little 2-3 minutes more, and then we can start with the format which we will be following for writing the book review. See, the reason we need to select the book right away is so that two people do not select the same book. Right after you select it here, I'll be also floating a list. I'll be sending, you an email with your name and the book that you have selected. Or what I'll do is I'll be sharing a Google Sheet with your name, and you can write the book for your batch. So 2 more minutes, and then we can start with the format. There was a little technical glitch over here, so I'll start with the format which we have just a click away. Just a minute. So I hope you can see the presentation where we are dealing with the format of book review. So on page 1, we need your information, that is your name, your enrollment number, your class, your division, and your semester. We need your full name. Enrollment number also, I require you to write the whole enrollment number and not the last few digits. By class, we say it is EC2 class and semester 3. So it's EC2 semester 3. Now the second information that we would require is the general information of the book. Now what do you understand by the general information? It begins with the title. Now if you see, the rest of the information is left aligned, only the title is aligned in the center. So even when you are writing it, the rest should be on the left of the page, that is on the side of the margin, and the title should be in the center. So you start with the title, then the name of the author, now the date of publication or publication date. Now what do I mean by publication date? You will not have the exact date, that is 23rd June 2019. You will always have a year or a month. That's only an year or a combination of a year and a month. Now where do you find this information in a book? If you take up any book, this information you will be able to find right after the title page. So right after the title page, you will have all this information there. So the publication date, you can refer to any old book of yours. There's a publication date which mentions an year. At times it will mention the month and the year. That is what you need to write. So if it is mentioning the year 2019, you just write 2019. If it mentions January 2019, you mention the month and the date. After that, you need to write the name of the publisher. Publisher means the book has been published by someone. So that name you are supposed to write. For example, books that we refer to usually, engineering books are published by Oxford University Press, Universities Press, Cambridge University Press, by Pearson, Books India Publication. So these are the different publishers that are publishing the book. So whatever book that you are referring, there would always be the name of the publisher that you need to mention. Next, you need to mention the edition of the book. So it is first edition, second edition, third edition. It is also mentioned, as I said, this information you will find out from the page right after the title page in the book. That's the second page. When you flip it over, it's the second page. Why the edition? Now you see, sometimes there are certain changes and updates that come in books. In our cases, it might not, but if the book is sold out, for example, first 100 copies were made, 100 copies were sold out. Thereafter, when it is published again, so that's the second edition. Why like that? Sometimes, even if you are very, very careful, there can be little typing errors, little spelling mistakes, little information mistake, smaller ones. I'm not talking about the major ones, but something that has been left out that can be improvised before you publish the next set of books. That's why we need to know which edition it is. Let's say there is a little information that is updated after some period of time, just like the elections that we have. Today, there is one person who is the PM or the president of the country. After a tenure of 3, 5, or 5 years, whatever the tenure is, the person changes, right? So we cannot say that our current president is Dr. Abdul Kalam. He was the president. His tenure finished. He finished his services as the president, and then there was re-election. So this information would be edited in the book wherever it is mentioned, right? So he was the president. So from is it becomes was. Maybe somebody dies during the tenure, right? Then you have to say that he served till his death as the president. Now, sort of little changes that happens which are not in our hands or not in the hand of the publisher or the writer. So mentioning that addition is that you have referred to this book. So let's say if you have taken up the book by Dr. Abdul Kalam and you are reading it in the time when he was alive. So it is all is. He is. Now when I read it, the new edition would tell me that he was, because he is no more alive. So which book are you referring to? That's why the edition is important. So it's mentioned, it's always mentioned first published in the year 1919 or the first edition in the year 2020. Whatever it is, please mention the edition. Next in line, you have to mention the genre of the book. What do I mean by the genre? It means the type. Is it a textbook? Is it a reference book? Is it a book which is motivational in nature? Is it a collection of short stories? You have one title which is a selected short stories of Rabindranath Tagore. So it's a collection. It's more than one small stories compiled into one book. Is it a tragedy, tragic end? It is a comedy. Is it a fiction? Is it non-fiction? It is autobiography. Whatever is the genre. That when you do search on Google, you will find out what kind your book is, what type your book is. Then I have to mention the number of pages that you can easily get from the book itself. Now, the next two piece of informations are really, really important. The first one is the special feature of the book. Now, by special feature of the book, I mean the title page or the cover page of the book. Does it have maps, diagrams, graphs? Is there something special in the title page? Usually, let's say if you take up the name of any book. Now we have this little belief that names, you should select the name very carefully, whether it is of the book or a person. Why? Because your name will, the name will give the person the characteristics. Yeah? That's why if you say, they're not just writing technical communication, they're writing effective technical communication. So this book, if you study, or this course, if you study, it will make you better. We are not saying you are not good at it. We're trying to improvise, right? Or if you say, if you take the course of our Coursera, it's written technical communication for engineers. It is specified, right? Similarly, if you look at the cover page of a book, it has to specify something, has to mean something. Let's say if I pick up a book for technical communication and there is a Pythagoras theorem written over the title page, it does not match, right? So what is there on the cover page? What is that speciality in the cover page that you need to mention? Whatever it is, maybe the color combination is there because it's inspiring. It has a nice bright color. Inspirational books are bright in nature, and they're supposed to inspire you, not lead you to gloom. Right? So bright colors usually are colors of inspiration. Similarly, the figure that is drawn, as I said, if it's a technical communication book, it should show one or two people with little bubbles on their head so that they are speaking. Right? They're chattering with each other is what we cannot have a Pythagoras theorem lined up on the cover page of a communication book. Or we cannot have people talking, speaking, sitting in a group and discussing on the book of mathematics. Right? It does not convey the same message as the title or the content. Right? So what is that special feature of the book that you selected? Special feature in terms, the cover page, what is drawn, what are the color combinations that are used, etc. And the last and the most important one is the ISBN of the book. It's the International Standard Book Number. I repeat, it is the International Standard Book Number. So every book has been assigned a number. Let's say you pick up any university. What is the first process that we do after we get the admission is they try to give you a roll number and then an enrollment number. Now, during your years of study at that particular university, your roll number is your identity. It means that if you give your roll number, initially it was manual, now we have a computer to do that work. If you feed your roll number, you will get all the information. Has the student attended the classes? What was the previous year result, etc. Right? Similarly, this ISBN number is given to every book that is published. When I say published, it is in two ways. One, it is a printed copy, and two, it is a web copy, that is a PDF. In either of the cases, we will have an ISBN number. It is an 11-digit or a 13-digit number that you will find. So where do I find the ISBN? Again, right after the title page. Or if you have a physical copy, at the back cover, you will always have this ISBN number and a code scanning that is given according to that number. So why is it important? So that ISBN number, as I said, is the identity. If I type that number in Google, even if I'm sitting in any corner of the world, if the ISBN number I type and one of my friend types in the other part of the country or the other part of the world, if the ISBN numbers are same, my search will show the same book. It's a unique number which is provided to each and every book. It is the unique identity of the book. Right? So till page 1 and 2, it is not going to be very creative. It is just informative information that we need to put up on the book so that we can identify the book. We can identify book with different ways. This is what are some of the ways, and these are some of the important aspects of books that we should have. Now, page 3 is the part where it all starts, the actual book review. Your views regarding the book, keeping in mind the following questions. Now, please understand, you are not supposed to write it in the form of a question and answer. See, we always have this query that, what do I write the review? Just the summary or something else? So, these questions are actually guidelines for you to what you can include in your book review section. What are the things that you can have there stepwise? Stepwise in the sense that first you can write a story. Now within the story, what do you write about? Maybe the characters, the actual story that is happening, the incidences that are happening, things like that. Right? So the first thing, you're supposed to write a brief summary of the book or the story that is there in the book. Now, in case it is a collection of stories, madam, it's not a whole book. You know, there are few chapters dedicated to few things. So you summarize it in that way, according to the sections in the book. Who were the major or the minor characters? Major characters are characters around whom the story is woven. Minor characters are characters who come along in the story at some part, but they are not present throughout the story. Or even if they are present throughout their story, it is more focusing on the major character, not the minor. Now, in case you have inspirational stories, you don't have characters, you have incidences. So you talk about the major incidences, like what are the things that somebody covered. Let's say there are a few people who will tell you that failure is a stepping stone to success and has a 3-4 stories on it. So you can write about, it is focusing on not to stop when you fail. That is how you put it. Right? So what did the characters do, or what role did these characters or stories play in the entire book? So when I say the role that they played, it means that does it connect, or are they separate stories? You read one story, you did not read the second story in the book to complete or get a complete sense of the book. Right? So how does it work? Who was your favorite character and why? If you do not have a character in the story, as I said, if there are inspirational stories or short stories, what you can do is you can select a particular incident that inspires you. And I've also got a question for motivational books, where if the book has a collection of motivational stories, which was the story that motivated you as an individual, the story that touched you. Let's say, why these questions? These questions are not, you are not limited to these questions, but these are a few questions that can help you form your own book review. You're supposed to write this part in paragraphs, not in the form of question and answer. So you can start from any, this was my favorite character, and because the story starts with him and it is all about him or her, you know you can start with the favorite character description as well. I do not mind the order in this case, but this portion should cover these many things, but it's not limited, you can expand. Just a guideline. So this was till page number 3. Page 4 is where you start giving your opinions. I do not want opinions from critics or reviewers. These are your opinions. Did you like the book? See, sometimes why this question over here? Sometimes we pick up a book but we don't like it. We finish it because we think that, because we have started, let us finish it. Right? So whether you have liked the book or you disliked the book. Second is, what was your most favorite or the least favorite part of the book? There could be two options. You liked it a lot and there are many things which you could say, and there could be something which you did not like. The next question that you can answer over here is, could you relate to any of the characters in the book? Have you ever done or felt some of the things that the characters did? This question is very important. The reason being that stories actually come from the society. Real life experiences, you can turn it into stories. So sometimes, you feel a connection. See, he is so like me, the main character in the book. Let me give an example of this book by Chetan Bhagat, 5 Point Someone, which has been turned into a beautiful movie as well, Three Idiots. You could see that, engineering students are like this only. He's so like me, he did not do his assignment. Or, see, he was saying that he has not studied, but he has got such a good marks in his exam. You could relate to the character. This is one example. You are supposed to find if you can. See, these questions are if you can. Sometimes we do not relate to characters. It is okay. So it is all if and can part, but this is what I feel should come here when you have your personal opinions regarding the book. So if you could relate to some character, if you could relate to some incident in the book, this is what happened with me, and I could relate, or this is what happened to one of my friends. I can relate this character in real life. It's not just on the page of a book, but it is also can happen in real life as well. And the last question is really interesting. We love to give people opinions. Okay, had I been the captain of India, I could have asked Dhoni to come first, in the lineup. If it was in my hand, I would change it. So here, I'm giving you the chance to change it. That is, the story is very sad. The central character should not die at the end. So if I had the chance, or if I met the author, I would suggest him that you should not kill the central character. So right now, it's not the author, but your teacher who is giving you a chance. You have always been wanting to do something like this. If you had a chance and you would like to change something in the story, what would it be? Sometimes you feel that no, the story is very good as it is. I cannot make a change in it. No, it will spoil the entire story. So if you feel like that, you can leave out this question. But you feel no, there should be some change. There should be some twist coming. It should not end like this. So what would that change be? Your personal opinions regarding the book, keeping these things in mind. And last page number 5, or that's the order, in order 5, whom would you recommend the book to? would you recommend reading the book for people who are old souls? Old souls, I mean, people who like classics. Would you recommend it to a college going crowd? Would you recommend to people who love adventure and mystery, uh, or somebody who likes to read about history and geography, somebody who is a traveler? So whom would you recommend the book to? Which kind of a person would like to read the book? Which kind means if the person's taste is such, as I said, somebody would like thrillers, somebody would like adventurous, some people are very happy reading motivational books, some people would like to read books which are travelogues. Travelogues means they are travel stories, right? And you end your book review with the ratings, right? How many ratings out of 5 do you give to the book? And you should be able to justify it with a reason. Say I would give the book 3, because initially when I started the book it was very interesting, but by the end it became a little boring. Or maybe I'd give the book 4.5. Flawless book, very good examples taken. All examples are taken from the society. I can see many of the examples happening in and around my uh, society. By society I mean not the place you live. Society means the entire human race. Examples that you can see each day which are happening, right? So you can talk about why would you rate the book 2, 3, 4, 4.5, or 5 on 5 uh, rating that you would give from your side. Do not take the expert rating. We are talking about your ratings, right? What would you tell to someone when you read the book? It is a must read. If you have not read it, what have you done, right? So whatever aspects are there, these are the 5 aspects. I'll just scroll back again. This PPT has already been uploaded in the e-content of the login portal. You can refer from there as well. So it begins with, please consider the page number as the order in which things should come in your assignment. So page 1 is student information. That is your name, full enrollment number, the class name, division and semester. So EC is the class name, division is 2, EC1, EC2, that way you have in your divisions in your department. So EC2, semester 3. Then little general information about the book, beginning from the title, the name of the author. Now please remember, in the name of the author, do not mention short names. Please mention fully. You cannot write R. Tagore. You have to write Rabindranath Tagore. Right? This is an assignment. So we need full names there. Publication date, publisher, edition, genre of the book, number of pages, special features of the book, and the ISBN or the book number that is required. Page 2. Page 3, the actual book review that is happening, where you have a set of questions, but if it is not in the form of a question and answer, it should be in the form of a paragraph, right? But you can cover either all of the questions or few which are applicable to the book according to the book that you are reading. Page 4, your personal opinions about the book. What were the favorite parts, favorite quotations, any stories that you could relate to, any changes that you wish to make. And the last portion would be, or the last page would be recommendations. Who would you recommend the book to, and the ratings that you would give to the book, and why would you give that rating to the book. So do we have any doubts till now? We are clear about it, right? I've already asked you to maintain a book for the subject. You can have a portion in the book where you do the assignment of book review. No need to make it in separate pages, right? You can make it in the same book, and you can maintain the same book and have a section for your book review assignment, right? It's a handwritten assignment that we will do, right? So we are clear till now. I have a sample which I will show you, which is not in the list. and you cannot take the sample because it's already been reviewed by me. So I'll show you a sample of book review according to the format that we have, and then we can move further if we have queries. So the book that I have, sample book review that I'm doing is, I have given my own name. So begins with my full name, then my full enrollment number, my semester, and the division in which I'm studying. So book review page number 2. The book that I have taken is Wings of Fire by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. The first edition was published in the year 1999 by Universities Press. The genre of the book is autobiography. It is a 300-page book, which also has an abridged version. Abridged version is a smaller version of the book. The cover page has a picture of Abdul Kalam, as it is his autobiography, and a beautiful picture of him where he's thinking. The position of him is thinking. And this is the ISBN number 8173711461. If you type this number in Google, you'll get this book. They'll showcase you in the search part this book. Now see, if you see the name and the enrollment number, I have not written name, then colon and my name. So please remember, I have given you a format, so I know that the first line which will appear will be your name. The second line that will appear will be your enrollment number. So no need to mention those parts. Here again, we already have an order. If you wish, you can do it that way, then you maintain it throughout the assignment. That means if you are writing name, colon, and then Dr. Pooja Shukla, then you write over here as well, author, colon, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. One page you write and the other you don't write, you don't do like that. And so maintain whatever order you wish to maintain, but it should be same throughout the entire presentation. This is a small review that I have done on the book called Wings of Fire, which is an autobiography. So I've begun like this. It's an example. Please do not stick to what is written. You can change it in your own way according to the book that you have taken. So Wings of Fire is an autobiography that can enlighten and encourage a common man to take interest in technology and science. The book gives the details of the initial days of space research in India. It also includes a few rare pictures of few rare pictures from the early days of space research in India. The book also introduces the readers to scientists who have worked hard and contributed to the field on space research in India, like Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and Dr. Brahm Prakash. There's a variety of his, when I write his, it means Abdul Kalam's interactions with his loved ones, friends and educators, people who guided him. The content of the book is filled with various monochrome pictures. Monochrome means one-sided pictures, black and white photographs, and stories as it is from his life. Like learning from educators, upbringing in Rameshwaram, and many more. As the book progresses, the details of Kalam working in the field is described. How he, Dr. Abdul Kalam, works constantly to improvise and make things work that initially turn into failures. So his book also tells us stories of his failures, but how he did not stop himself at his failure, and he worked further to improvise on it. We also find the various interactions that Kalam has had with various educational institutions, which is mentioned in the book. Wings of Fire is actually the journey of an ordinary man with exceptional talents and the desire to achieve and fulfill his dreams. It narrates the tale of a far-sighted leader whose actions speak louder than his words. So this is how I have reviewed it, right? Wings of Fire. You can give more details, or you can not, if you do not wish to reveal what the story, how the story turns, you can do it somewhat like this, right? You can also have spoilers in your book review. That's accepted, no problem with that. So I hope I'm clear till page 3. Page 1, 2, and 3. 3, try to answer or try to review the book with help of the questions given in our format as guidelines. Right? So sample book review, page 4, where I am going to give my personal opinions. The book was a treat for me. I liked the book a lot. I'm inspired by one of the incidences that happened in the books. I've written that inspirational incident which has inspired me and motivated me, where Dr. Kalam says or tells us that he bagged the 9th position for the post of a fighter pilot, where there were 8 slots out of the 25 candidates who appeared for that particular interview in Air Force. He was desperate to pursue a career in flying, but failing that, also just missing it by just one position. He felt really low about it. But he decided to visit the Shivanand ashram in Rishikesh, and he met Swami Shivanand there. So Swami Shivanand could make out the sadness in Kalam. His words to Kalam were very inspiring for Dr. Abdul Kalam, and they're quite inspiring for the readers as well. We are predestined to become whatever it is in life. When the time is correct, it will be unfolded. This word helped Kalam gain trust in his hard work, and this incident inspired me at times as well, because failures are meant to teach important things, and at the correct moment, things that are hazy in the beginning become more clear and visible to us. Right. So this is how you can give your opinion. I have taken one incident. You can take more than one incident as well. No problem with that. This is a very important incident in Kalam's life, where he just missed it by a small mark. There were 8 positions. He was the 9th person. And he had studied aeronautical and he wanted to become a fighter pilot. But then, when he remembers this incidents further in his book, when he has become a scientist, he said, I knew I was going to do flying, but I never knew I would not fly, but I would help people fly. Right? So he was destined to be with flying, but in a different way. So this is one very inspiring incident from his book. Now, if you see the last page or the last portion of your book review, you are supposed to recommend. I would recommend this book to a reader who requires a little support in life to come to try and understand the worth of hard work. It inspires people to try new ways of explaining things and thus turning failures into success. Right? So this book is a lovely example where it can motivate you to turn your failures into success. Something that you consider as a failure might be actually the next step for your success. Fine. So I would rate the book 4.5 out of 5. It gives examples from the life of a middle-class common man, a Muslim man, who was talented and dreamt of bigger things in life, and was able to achieve his dreams with the help of the hard work that he did constantly. The book gives the hope to readers that dreams do come true if you work continuously towards fulfilling your dreams. I would like to quote Dr. Kalam here. So Dr. Abdul Kalam has a very nice quote that he has put up. He says that dream is not what you see in sleep. It is the thing that does not let you sleep. So this is how the sample I have ended. This is one of the samples, one of the ways of doing book reviews. You could try and follow this. We are not supposed to 100% replicate this. Right? You can add things your way, but this is how this is a little guideline on how you can do a book review. Now, these are some of the useful resources. When I say resources, these are the places which you can visit. They have been doing book reviews for a long period of time. These websites have been doing, and you can check out the book reviews that they have done on their websites. You can quickly note down the details or take a click of the screen, and you can visit it. See, we are not going to follow any particular style. The format is given to you. You can take examples. You can read different ways of book reviewing it, and you can select your own way of doing it. Right? All these things are here only for our guidance. All these things, all the resources, they are resources. They are not the source. Right? They are resources which you can refer to, you can look at, and then you can try and think, this is how I want to do my book review. The only thing that we keep in place is the order in which you write it. That's the format where I have given page 1, page 2, page 3. That's the order 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise, you can review it as any source mentioned. These are a few of the sources. You can go back to any source that you like, and you can follow any source that you write. Just maintain the order. We cannot have the name of the book last and your ratings first. Fine. That's the only concern in my case. The sample is provided so that you can have an idea of it. You're not supposed to replicate or 100% copy or write your review in the way the sample is written. It's just one of the ways. So you can have a click of the useful resources that you can use while writing your book review. You can take help from there. What kind of vocabulary they use, how do they arrange the information, and then you can decide upon arranging information in your book review. Right? So I'll hold on to this screen while you take a click or you note down a few of the resources that are mentioned. I hope you have taken a note of the resources that we have had. Maybe a click or a note. This is where you can refer to, but it's not limited to this many resources. These are the good ones which I found. Say, for example, Goodreads has been doing book review since long. So that's why I have recommended it. You can refer to any other resource as well that you find good enough. And you can mention that you had referred to the following resources. Right? These are a few of the resources that I found are good and worth reading and referring to. So I hope I'm clear with the format and the sample that is presented. This PPT has already been uploaded in your e-content, so you can always download it and go back to the PPT wherever you require or whenever you require. So I hope you're clear with the assignment for book review. It is a 10-mark assignment, right? And you are supposed to handwrite it, convert it into a PDF, and then send it to me. Not right away. You have got a time of almost 5 to 6 weeks, right? So I'm asking for the assignment on the 1st of August, not before that, right? So a lot of time to read and a lot of time to formalize your book review whenever you wish to, right? So we are clear till now for the book review. Actually, that was a yes and no question. We are clear. Are there any doubts in how will you review your book or how will you do your assignment? No doubt. Very good. Fine. The audience is nice. So, as I said, we don't have any question answers. It's quite clear. At the moment, if you don't have a question, it's absolutely fine. But somewhere in between, when you start reading and you have a query, you can always come back and ask that I have a little difficulty with the uh, book review, or I have a little difficulty understanding, or how do I put this topic. In my case, I don't have this. Whatever problems, if you encounter any, in case once you start reading the book and you start doing your assignment for book review, you can always come back and ask the question. It's not limited only to this session, right? uh, we need a quiz. As I said, we'll always have a quiz in each lab and in each lecture. Now what I'm going to do is I'm pasting the link of the quiz. So here is the link, and you can start attempting your quiz by clicking on the link. So you have 5 to 7 minutes, or maybe let's say we have 10 minutes of time for the quiz. You can click on the link and start attempting your quiz. It's very good to see that you are scoring 4 and above, and some of you 5. That's very well done. Paying good attention and trying to grasp what has been taught in the class. So I hope everybody has completed the test or the quiz, right? I can see. In case you have still not, you have time till 12:10. The test will remain open till then, and then you can complete it and give it. So for our before we go on with the next thing, it's time for our attendance. So I'll just call out your name. You can type a yes in the chat box. Right. So enrollment number 102, Poojan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 103, Vartika. Roll number 106, Naisargi. One zero eight, Himali. 117, Yash. 118, Kevin. 119, Keyur. 120, Shubham Gadia. 121 was Shubham Goswami. 125, Kunj. 126, Deven. 131, Nihil. 134, Joy. And 144, Aditi. As I can see your names, I've marked you present. Have I missed anybody? This is it in this batch.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. This is it.
Ma'am, it's me, Naishargi.
Naisargi, yes, I've marked you. I can see your name. So this is
Okay,
it in
okay.
this lab batches of this many students only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So for the next session or the next lab, I'll just inform you the topic that we are taking is role plays. So the person who's supposed to give the opening remarks, kindly take note of it. In the next lab, we'll be dealing with role plays. 1. 2, what we need to do is, because we need to little work before the lab. That is, role plays we are going to do in smaller groups. So it could be either a pair, a group of 3, or at the maximum group of 4. That's the maximum number of members you can have in your group. What you can do is you can pre-decide before we have the lab next Friday. You can decide, talk to your friends and decide who groups up with whom. That I'm leaving to you. I'm not going to make the groups. You can decide on your own from this lab only, right? There should not be a question, can we have somebody from the other lab? No, we cannot, because this is a lab activity we are doing, and this would be for lab batch C only. So before next Friday, you should decide, talk to your friends or talk to the people in this lab batch that you have, and decide upon whom do you want to group up with for the activity 1. Now we'll be shuffling the groups every time. You cannot have the same group member for each activity. So that you can also keep in mind. Why? Because every time you cannot be with the people you are comfortable with in the professional setup. So why not we try from here, try and adjust and work with people we are unfamiliar with and familiarize with everybody who's there in this lab batch. So two things you need to do. The one who is going to give the opening remarks, kindly note the topic for the next lab is role play. Now we are going to go in order which is given in the syllabus. We are not going to deviate from the order. Why did we take book review first is because we need time to read the book. So initial stages, if you have a little time, then you can prepare your review well. That's why we have taken book review first. Apart from that, we'll be following the order which is given by GTU in our syllabus. So the first topic that we have with us is role play. So next lab will be having role plays, which will be done in smaller groups. We'll not be having an entire group. One. Two, you are free to select your group members. It can be 2 people in a group, 3 people in a group, or at the maximum 4 people in a group. Now in the role plays and all, it would be you who would be talking. Preparation time will be given and you'll be asked to perform smaller activities in smaller batches. So clearly think about how will you be talking, and always have a habit of having your pen and book with you, the book that we are maintaining, to scribble whatever important instructions are being given to you. Hope you have written the name of the book which you want to review in a proper place where you don't forget. What I will be doing is I'll be sharing a spreadsheet with you, or so that we can have a clear idea of you are doing this. Now in the spreadsheet, do not just frantically search for your name. In the spreadsheet, you will have 3 tabs: lab batch A, lab batch B, and lab batch C. You are supposed to enter your name will be there. Just enter the name of the book in lab batch C. Right, so there is no confusion which lab batch it is. I'll be sharing it by Saturday so that you can enter the name of your book. You still have time. If you wish to make a few changes, you have selected a book and you want to change the book, you can still do it. By Saturday, you have to enter it. I'll share it after the lecture. Fine. So I hope I'm making myself really clear about it. And if we still have doubts, you can ask me whenever you feel like that you have a doubt or you are stuck somewhere, you can always ask me. Fine. So we'll stop here for today. In the next lab batch, we are doing role plays and you are selecting your groups on your own for your lab. And you need to start reading on the book. Now, in case you do not find a soft copy of the book that you have selected, do not panic. You let me know. I'll try to provide the soft copy of the book to you via email. Right, so that would be more comfortable. That I'll be sharing. In case you don't have a soft copy of the book, I can help you out finding the book. Don't panic it. So what you can do is, the first step is you try and search for the book. Get back to me within a day or two. Don't tell me after 3-4 weeks that I did not get the book. Okay. So first step is you find the book. If you are unable to within 2-3 days, kindly tell me that you have found it or you are still pending to find it. You are not able to get the book. So I can help you with it. Fine, class. Thank you so much. We're stopping the lecture. We're ending the session here.